Well, okay, guys, I don't own any of the rights to the music you might hear in the background. My son's watching a preview for A-Man Quantumania. First of all, yeah, I took a week off from doing videos because of Damar Hamlin. If you don't know what happened, then you've been living underneath the rock. By the way, good news. Damar Hamlin was released from the hospital today, back in Buffalo. That's awesome. So, playoffs. The playoffs are here, but let's recap what happened over the weekend, shall we? So we had two Saturday games. One Saturday game was man, I don't know how Jason Stidham, or whatever his name is for the Raiders, could look like an all-pro against the 49ers, but the Chiefs pretty much handled him pretty well. So this is an off day for our defense, I guess, because our defense is definitely better than Kansas City's defense. So that was kind of a snoozer, unless you're a Chiefs fan. Yeah, you could game on. The most exciting game was that night game. Winner take all, AFC South. Winner you're in, the Titans at Jaguars. This is funny how the Jaguars got the jerseys they're wearing. The equipment manager for the Jaguars went on Twitter and had the fans vote for what jerseys the Jaguars should wear. As you can tell, it's all teal. Jags make an all teal helmet. That would be awesome to go with their all teal jerseys that they wore. So I think the Titans won the first half. The Jags won the second half. The Jags got in, and Jags did it not on offense, but defense. That defense is still pretty good. Josh Allen scored the winning touchdown for the Jaguars. Not lying. If you know who Josh Allen is, I was surprised he didn't learn his name last year when the Jaguars played the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Josh Allen last year sacked Josh Allen.
Look out under your chair.
Yeah, I know there's a cat. That was the best game, I think, of the Saturday games. Then we had a whole bunch of stuff going down. So actually, you know what? I'm thinking about this. The Jaguars would have lost that game. It would have been 8-9, because I believe they're 9-8. But somehow still had a chance to make the playoffs. But I think they would need some ties and losses, and it wouldn't have worked. Very confusing. So I'm glad that scenario didn't jump in and they'd won. They were in, eliminated the Titans. Then we had Sunday games, guys. We had the most unusual game that's going to be, well, I think, not decided by a coin flip, which was the Bengals and Ravens. The Bengals were the AFC North champions because they didn't play, that Monday game, which is not being made up. But if the Bengals would have won that, or not the Bengals, if the Ravens would have won that game, even though the Bengals would have a better winning percentage, a coin flip would have been decided to see where that game was being held at. But if the Bengals won outright, that game would be played in Cincinnati if the Ravens were the number 6 seed. Well, by the Bengals defeating the Ravens were the number 6 seed, which guaranteed the Chargers to be the 5 seed. The Chargers did do what they said they were going to do. Play their starters till halfway through the third quarter, then pulled them out against the Broncos, which is the only reason why the Broncos won.
Good to see Joey Bosa back.
Joey Bosa got hurt again that game.
What? He got hurt again?
Got hurt again. That's what I heard.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true. Maybe somebody with a little
QB
bit more
Brock
knowledge.
Purdy has officially set the franchise rookie record for TDs thrown by a QB.
Neck popped. So anyways, guys, I'll try to go through and remember the games.
My bad.
Here's a good one. Dallas and Washington. Ron Rivera didn't even know that his team got eliminated last week from the playoffs until a reporter told him. He goes, how? They said, by you guys losing and the Packers winning, eliminated you. Good job, Ron Rivera. Way to know your system there. Well, that being said, they said in Sam Howell? Is that the quarterback's name?
Yeah, he didn't do that.
What a year for to be a third string quarterback, right? Sam Howell, third string quarterback for the almost said Redskins, Commanders. Goes out there, plays pretty well, and Dallas plays poorly. They had all their starters in.
Yeah, 169 yards, 1 interceptions.
The Commanders had their backups in basically. Dallas could have beat the backups of the Commanders.
Dad,
Crazy.
calling them the Redskins would be racist.
Whatever, there's people in the Washoe tribe that love the Redskins. It's not racist, it's white people. Yeah. Anyways, yes, I'm white. I think. I want to do a DNA test.
No.
Now I'm getting off subject here.
You're Italian.
Guess what division has the most people in the playoffs?
NFC East.
And people.
Yeah.
Duh.
That,
Uh,
you're not white. You're
Oh
Italian.
my God, you guys are really messing me up.
My bad.
Now I'm trying to remember all the games that happened. The 49ers throttled. Who they playing again? The Cardinals. The Cardinals were like on their third string quarterback who just sucks.
Cow.
By the way, Cliff Kingsbury got fired, and the GM is stepping aside.
The A's are about to
Now let's talk about another coach that got fired.
not be a
Lovie Smith. Playing for the number 1 draft pick overall against the Chicago Bears. Did it happen? Why? Because the Houston Texans won. And they fired Lovie Smith because of that, I believe. Maybe not, but it seems bad. You know what? Lovie Smith turned that team around. He was beginning to. I mean, you almost beat the Cowboys. You probably should have.
Almost beat the Chiefs.
You take what everybody considers the best team in football into overtime and almost beat them. Cat. And then you win your last 2 games. He was turning that team around. I want to see what Lovie Smith could do in year 2 with the Texans. Won't be able to do it. Let go. Because everybody's chasing after the same coach. That's the Broncos, the Panthers, the Cardinals. And now the Texans are all chasing after Sean Payton. Sean Payton got... the Saints gave permission to the Broncos to interview Sean Payton. Oh God, I was just talking about him today. How could I forget? Vic Fangio is going to be his defensive coordinator. That'd be weird if the Broncos hired Sean Payton. Vic Fangio back in Denver, right? You know what I'm talking about? Vic Fangio was the coach for Denver. I think last year, well, a couple years now, if you want to be technical. I guess last season, because this season, I can say that. I believe it got fired in favor of what's-his-face, Nathaniel Hackett, who's just outright sucked. Yeah, all the Broncos needed was a better quarterback, not a better coach, and Nathaniel Hackett was definitely a downgrade. All right, guys, so now we have another playoff scenario, which was the Seahawks and Rams. Plays out like this. The Seahawks had to win, and they had to hope the Lions won up in Green Bay for them to make the playoffs. All right, so we'll start with that game first. The Rams could not hold their 3-point lead against the Seahawks, and I wish they would have, and I'll talk about that why. All right, Seahawks came back, tied it. Shut up! There's a cat out there or something he wants out there. Doinked off the crossbar. Game goes into overtime.
Who, Dad?
Rams couldn't hold the Seahawks. Seahawks, I think, the Seahawks went in overtime with a Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield. The Seahawks aren't that good. They would not give us the best possibility. Field goal kick in overtime. Seahawks win. So then we get to the Sunday night game, which everybody says Detroit cannot play outdoors, which is why I think the Packers were favored by like 4. Detroit can't, or 5. I think it was 5. Detroit can't play outdoors. Detroit can't play outdoors. Detroit can't play outdoors. They won't be saying that anymore. Detroit went into Green Bay, beat Green Bay 20-16, and they looked good doing it. The Packers looked horrible. Packers have been looking bad all year long. I mean, the Packers caught easy teams, with the exception of the Vikings, because Kirk Cousins did Kirk Cousins things, which is, choke near the end of the season.
What about Aaron Rodgers?
Because if, the Vikings would have just won that game, and the next game, they would be the number 2 seed.
Vladimir Putin has cancer.
Woohoo!
But anyways, yeah, it's just... They went into Green Bay and they beat them. They won outdoors, 20-16, convincingly too. I mean, Aaron Rodgers threw 2 or 3 interceptions. It wasn't good, which got Seattle into the playoffs, which I'm wishing now Seattle lost. Because in my opinion, when you go 8-1 down the stretch, which the Lions did, you're a dangerous team. They're more dangerous than Seattle, who went to overtime against the Baker Mayfield team in Seattle. Do the cats have water?
No, LK just really
Watch out. So they have water.
Yes.
So, yeah, you go into overtime in your own stadium against a Baker Mayfield-led Rams. Okay? No. Evidently, Seattle, your fans don't show up anymore to make enough noise for it to matter anymore, like the Chiefs fans do. I'm sorry. But I think, with that being said, team going down 8-1 down the stretch is the second hottest team behind the 49ers who went 1-10 straight. 8-1. If they would have won one of those games, they would have been in the playoffs. The Giants would have been the 7th seed. The Lions the 6th. I think that would have. Oh man, but even though I think that I wish the Rams would have won now because I think the Lions would have given the 49ers a much better game than the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, I understand it's tough to beat a division opponent 3 times in the same season, but we had to go to LA twice. So, Seattle has to come to Santa Clara for the second time now. I think the home team has an advantage when it comes to that 3 times in a year thing. But it's just, and I have people arguing with me about this, about the Lions are trash, Lions are garbage, they don't have a quarterback. That's right, you mean the quarterback that took his former team to the Super Bowl and lost against the great Tom Brady? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he sucks. They have receivers on that team, they're good. They have a rookie running back tearing it up. They have Hutchinson on the defensive line, defensive rookie. Man, that kid is good. He's going to be good for years to come. That's a good, scary team. They're going to be in the playoffs next year. Let me tell you what. That's going to be, yeah. We had the Vikings playing the Bears. The Bears gave them all they can handle without Justin Fields. I think he was hurt. The Vikings are not playing good football right now, and they're doing it at the wrong time of the season. They're doing it when they need to start playing good football. They'll be playing the Giants in the playoffs, and this is funny. Every team in the NFC in the playoffs right now has played each other in the regular season. The Vikings beat the Giants earlier this year. We know the 49ers beat the Seahawks twice.
Woo!
Then you have the Cowboys and Buccaneers who played at the beginning of the season. The Buccaneers won 19-3. And I'm telling you, if the Cowboys do not win, I think Mike McCarthy maybe not be fired, might be on the hot seat. You don't come back and win your division. I'll probably give him an excuse because Dak Prescott was hurt 5 games. But speaking of Dak Prescott, he was out those 5 games, and he actually leads the league. Or last week he was tied for the most in the league for most interceptions thrown. But now I think he leads the league in interceptions thrown. Actually, you need to wash your Deebo Samuel jersey. Just remember to wash it inside out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just crazy. Let's talk about other divisions since we're doing division games. The Patriots had to win to get in. Only problem is they're playing against the Bills. And the Bills are playing for Damar Hamlin. We saw the 3 patches on their jerseys and them doing the hearts when they scored. And the opening kickoff by the Buffalo Bills goes for a touchdown. They just didn't have 1 kickoff for a touchdown that game. They had 2. I'm trying to remember the last time 2 kickoffs were ran in for a touchdown in the game. I can't really think of one. Because, man, you try not to kick it to Devin Hester when he played for the Bears. Because that was usually going to be returned for a touchdown. I can't remember the last time. I have to search that up. But anyways, Buffalo won. I forget the score. I should have wrote all this. I had to have this all written down. But I didn't bring it with me. Buffalo won. Buffalo gets the 2 seed because the Chiefs won Saturday. Buffalo's in the playoffs. Like I said,
The perfect bending.
the Bengals are the 3rd seed, and they play the...
perfect bending. The perfect ending.
But another thing about that Green Bay game is the guy shoved the emergency worker out of the way. The same emergency response workers that brought Damar Hamlin back to life. Well, not the same ones. Those were Buffalo guys. And a guy that scored the touchdown, the kickoff for return for a touchdown, he gave the ball to the guy that resuscitated Damar Hamlin, which was really cool. That was really touching, I thought. All right. Then we had the Dolphins and their 3rd string quarterback go against the Jets. I'm not sure who started that game. The Jets need a quarterback. I mean, I'm just saying. They got a good offensive line. They got good young receivers. They got a running back. They got a defense. Jimmy Garoppolo's going to be available.
Dad,
Just saying, you guys were willing to trade Sam Darnold
this
to the
Saturday.
Panthers.
This Saturday is time for round 3.
So, anyways, it was an ugly game. I think it was all field goals and one safety in there somewhere. I didn't see. It was like 11 to
Just like the
6.
49ers game, all field goals.
Ugly game. But hey, that third string quarterback did enough to help the Dolphins get to the playoffs. I don't know if Tua is going to be ready to go. Dolphins are in, and they're going to talk lots of talk about Josh McDaniel losing his job if he didn't win that game. Glad he won.
Yo, you see a fortune dish on my plate for dinner?
And the other NFC East game that got played, we talked about the Cowboys, but how about the Giants almost beating the Eagles with their backups? The Giants said, "Oh, we're going to play our starters. We're going to play our starters. We're going to play our starters." They don't play their starters. And then they gave the Eagles all they can handle. The Eagles are playing their stars, trying to get that number 1 seed, which they did. They beat the Giants 22-16. Only a 6-point game. The backups for the Giants did awesome, which kind of makes me think about Philadelphia now. And maybe that they won't go far. They might be done, whoever they play. We have to see when we move on. All right. Then we had teams not playing for anything. Like I said, we had I already went over the AFC South. How about the AFC North? We had the Steelers and the Browns. The Steelers are trying to get in the playoffs, hoping that the Dolphins will lose, hoping that the Patriots lose, which the Patriots did do. So the Steelers go out there, didn't look good at the beginning of the game, looked good in the second half of the game. Mike Tomlin has not had a losing season yet, but as a Steelers head coach, because the Steelers came out and won that game. Congratulations to Mike Tomlin, the Steelers. Just came up a little short with your rookie quarterback. There's lots of speculation whether Mike Tomlin will be there next year or not. If he is, I think they could do good things with Kenny Pickett. If not, good luck to wherever he goes. Let's talk about the best thing I saw from my favorite team, the 49ers. When J.J. Watt was coming off the field against the 49ers, that blowout, the fans were chanting J.J. It was J.J. Watt's last season. His wife was emotional. Coming off the field, he was emotional. Hugged his head coach. Man, he still had it. He still has it. Hey, J.J., come 1 year for the 49ers. Play the other defensive end opposite of Nick Bosa. What's it going to take, JJ? What can we do to convince you to come to San Francisco next year and try to get a ring? Maybe that's just it. Try to get a ring. Come to San Francisco. Our fans are awesome. They gave him a standing ovation and everything. I mean, most stadiums would not do that. Other people would not do that in their home stadium. And the 49ers did. He said he really loved it. He said they didn't even have to do that. That's how much respect the 49ers fans had for him in his game. Sad to say that his best years were in Houston. Just sad he couldn't get into another playoffs again. Like I said, come on, just 1 year. Maybe take a year off in the following year. Maybe we can. He's only 33. So take a year off, he'll be 34. Come back when you're 35. 1 year deal with the 49ers. See if we can make it happen. Let's go. Speaking of let's go, the Buccaneers played. Who they play? Peyton, do you remember who the Buccaneers played?
The Falcons?
Was it the Falcons?
Yeah.
Or was it the Saints? I thought the Falcons played the Saints. No, the Saints played the Panthers.
No.
Yeah, the Saints had to play the Panthers. It was the last game of the season. It was all divisional
Saints
games.
and Panthers, and the Falcons played.
Okay, well, the Falcons play the. Tom Brady went out as the starter because he doesn't like to rest.
No, he did rest.
Yeah, they did. They did take him out. But Tom Brady was not going to be nice to start that game. The starters for the Buccaneers rested except for Tom Brady. I think after, like, somewhere along the second quarter, they took him out. It's the first time in Tom Brady's career he's had a losing record. But he's in the playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs. And as of right now, I think they can beat the Cowboys. As of right now. Maybe my mind might change throughout the later week. We'll see breakdowns, times, schedules. I mean, I know Saturday's games I know that the Buccaneers play the Cowboys on Monday.
Oh, I'm hungry.
I know the Niners play on Saturday. I'm glad I took the day off without even knowing it because I took it off a couple weeks in advance, hoping the 49ers played on Saturday. I didn't know. But 49er fans, yeah, we're awesome. The Panthers and Saints, we talked about that. I forget, the Panthers won that one. That wasn't a real exciting game. I think Andy Dalton's going to be done in the NFL. Just my personal opinion, he might retire right off into not so glorious sunset. His best days were in Cincinnati.
It looks like that one Muppet.
Vikings and the Bears, we talked about that. We went over the West. We went over the North. We went over the East. South? I went over the South. I believe I talked about all the teams. I'm pretty sure. Texas. Jeff Saturday should be fired. He should be. I don't know what's going on there. They did fire their coach, so they are looking for a head coach. Actually, Sean Payton to the Colts with Vic Fangio would make a lot of sense. All you guys need is a quarterback. I'm sorry, Matt Ryan, and the other guy that's there, and the Carson went to long way. Matt Ryan and whoever else they have, I forget. Nick Foles, and whoever the third quarterback is, there are not the answers.
Matt Ryan was good.
Colts, I think they have the second or third pick in the draft. The Bears aren't going to draft Bryce Young. I don't know who has the second pick, but
Who's Bryce Young?
quarterback for Baylor, really good.
The Bears will pick him?
The Bears are not going to pick him, I don't think.
Oh, no, yeah.
They don't need a quarterback. They need a lot of everything else.
They need a wide receiver.
I think the Colts might have the second pick, or does that belong to the Texans now? I know I think the Colts are 2 or 3. But the Texans aren't going to draft a quarterback.
They have Sam Ellinger as their third string.
Who?
Sam
Oh,
Ellinger.
the Colts. Yeah, he sucks too. Sam Mills is coming along with the Texans, I think. Pairing him with the right coach. But yeah, Colts. Hire. Do whatever you can to get Sean Payton. But don't give up your first round pick. You need the quarterback. Bryce Young is going to be the guy. Give up next year's first, second, third round, whatever you got to do to get Sean Payton away from the Saints, because he's still hot. Because Sean Payton is still under contract by the Saints, which is why teams have to ask the Saints for permission. If they decide to hire him, they got to give the Saints something in return for this to work. Well, you should have been on video instead of talking over there. You knew I was doing a video. Man, I believe we talked about every team.
Donald said you should speak whatever you want in this group and you should have a free opinion.
Yeah, but I've been silenced.
I know.
And don't use the voice thing because I'm talking, you might get kicked out. Sorry, guys. Something totally else, unrelated. I had someone tell me the Lions are trash. They don't have a quarterback. They suck. Good thing we're not playing them. The Lions went 9-8, which is a winning record. Their first winning record since Matthew Stafford and Megatron were on the team, I believe. But what the hell do I know? Guys, I'm just spreading love and joy to you. I'll have to figure out how the draft goes, because if it's true, if it does go Bears, Texans, Bears don't need a quarterback. Colts, just saying. You know, the Texans don't need a quarterback. I can't believe, my God. I think the Colts are the number 2, had a second pick, because the Texans beat them. Because they both ended up with 4 wins, but yeah. So I think the Colts have the second pick. I'm not. Maybe you guys know. Drop in the comments below. Let me know. I'm ready for the playoffs, guys. I hope you are. Like I said, everybody on the NFC side has already played each other once in the regular season. The Vikings. See, I had this written down. The Vikings did beat the Bears Giants, but not by much. The 49ers beat the Seahawks twice. And I told you the score of the. I can't believe I remember the score of the Buccaneers Cowboys game. AFC, the Chiefs have the bye. The Bills play the Dolphins again. That's 1-1. The Dolphins gave them all they can handle in Buffalo. They beat them in Miami. If Tua's not the quarterback, Bills are gonna win. Plain and simple, the Bills are gonna win. Then you have, like I said, you have the Bengals Ravens again in Cincinnati again. If Lamar Jackson is not starting that game, Bengals are gonna win. Lamar Jackson has to start that game for the Ravens to even have a shot at winning. Have a shot. Then you have, I think, might be the best matchup of both the AFC and the NFC. You have the Jaguars and the Chargers. The Chargers did not look good. The receivers kept dropping balls for Los Angeles. I mean, both teams are coming in hot. You could say, yeah, but the Chargers lost their last game. Yeah, but the Chargers are also resting people. After like midway through the third quarter, they started pulling their starters. But I think that's going to be the best playoff game. I could be wrong. It could be a blowout by one of either team. Both of them are really talented at quarterback. Both of them have the receivers. Both defenses, I think, are equal. Except for I think the Jaguars. On defense, I'd give the Jaguars an edge on defense, though. Both quarterbacks, I believe, are both making their first playoff starts in the NFL. That sounds wrong. I think the San Diego Chargers didn't make it with Justin Herbert. I'm not sure now. But it should be an exciting game. Over on the NFC side, you have San Francisco. They're going to roll Seattle. Then you have the Vikings. I think the toughest two games are going to be the Vikings-Giants because the Vikings barely pull off a win against the Giants. And I think, and everybody thinks the Cowboys are favored, but I think the Buccaneers are going to win. I'm sorry. You can't count Tom Brady out. You guys tried to count him out last week. What did he do? He put up plus 30 against the Atlanta Falcons. That's right, because it had to be the... No, they didn't play the Falcons. They didn't play the Falcons. They played the Falcons last week. Who did the Buccaneers play? Look it up. I swear it was not the Falcons. I thought they played them the week before, and that's how they got in the playoffs.
Actually...
Falcons, Saints...
Falcons.
Buccaneers, Panthers...
So I will say
maybe.
about things. I don't pretend to know what's going on, and it's not my story
Well,
to tell about, what happened
hold
with
on.
Josh and Paul.
Sorry, guys. That's nothing about me. My ears are burning.
Between those two, and if they want to tell that story to its full ability, then they can.
Hey, you let Thomas, he can contact me because I can't tell my story. Let him know that, please.
Holds being barred, I think that
Um,
always been able to say things. I feel like I've said lots of things.
Yeah, please tell Thomas to contact me.
Negative. I probably am one of them.
If you want, he can message you privately and you give him my phone number. I'm sorry, guys, stuff that's going on that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I think the Buccaneers can win that game. And it's a toss-up, I think, between New York and Minnesota. I got to give it to the home team. I got to give it to Minnesota. So, evidently, I have... Yeah. So, once I know who's starting and who's not starting in the AFC, I can make predictions. But like I said, I don't know if Tua is starting. I don't know if Lamar Jackson's starting. Yeah, I don't know who... Bengals and Dolphins, that's Tua, yeah. Raven, yeah. I know that Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence are starting. That's the only thing I can tell you. That's probably a coin flip between those two teams. Flip a coin, spin a wheel, whatever, see who it lands on, go with that team. Other than that, AFC, I can't really tell. I don't know who's gonna have a fighting chance or not. Like I said, it depends if Tua and Lamar Jackson play or not. That's fine. Over on the NFC side, yeah, I gave you my predictions. I have to write down the seeding. I have this written down because if I do believe, I said I picked the home team every single one. So the lowest seed then would be the Buccaneers, and they would travel up to play unless the Giants upset the Vikings. So it's going to be the Buccaneers or Giants traveling to Philadelphia. That means if it's the Giants and we play, that means we play the Buccaneers then. If the Buccaneers win, trust me, I would like to see the Giants win to go play Philadelphia. I'd like to see the Cowboys win because then they have to come to Santa Clara. Oh, that would be a game. That'd be a game. By the way, the 49ers are playing the entire NFC East next year. We're going to be playing the Cowboys next year. Or next season, the 2023 season. So, guys, that's what I think. That's what happened last week. Like I said, DeMarco, for our 49er fans, the 49ers did give the Broncos permission to interview DeMarco Ryans. Don't go there, please, DeMarco. You have, I mean, I think that the Broncos want an offensive guy. If you go in there, the defense is already good. He's not gonna be able to fix Russell Wilson. I'm sorry, they're going after the wrong person. You got to go after an offensive-minded guy, or you're not going to be able to fix Russell Wilson. And you're going to be in the same shit boat that you're in this year. Excuse my language, but it's true. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe. First time here, thumbs up. Share this video across YouTube. The thumbs up on YouTube really help. It gets this video out there so more people can see it. Comment in the comment section below. Am I crazy for thinking that the Lions would have been a real dangerous team if they would have made it in the playoffs? I would like to hear that one. You can tell me, Josh, you're fucking batshit crazy about that. I'll take it. Because I already gave you my points why. So after that, I'll see you guys in the next one, which will probably be after, hopefully sometime tomorrow when we or Thursday when we learn about the injury reports and stuff and who's starting and who's not. See you guys.